Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here, and thank you to E4M for inviting me. Previously, I've come to this podium and talked about topics such as creative excellence, data, digital excellence, artificial intelligence. Today, it's a very different topic that I'm talking about, which is about elevating consumer experience in an omni-channel era. And what that really means is I'm going to share with you some examples of how we have taken some of our brand activations beyond the traditional media channels to commerce platforms and what we have seen as a result of that. So that's really the kind of the emphasis of what I'm going to talk today. And firstly, why is that important? In today's world, the consumer and the shopper journeys from 10 years back is no longer relevant. And if you look at 10, 15, 20 years back, it was pretty linear in a way that you would watch an advert on a TV, mostly TV, and then you're gonna go and purchase from your traditional kirana store, neighborhood store. And that used to be really the consumer and the shopper journey, which is no longer the case today. It's far more sort of webbed and far more complex than that. With the advent of course, digital platforms, OTT, as we just heard, but also in-store and e-commerce have become very, very important platforms. So it's no longer that you would only be made aware of a new brand on television. You could actually notice a new brand when you are browsing to purchase from a quick com website. And even as we have done a lot of our analysis, and we look at what's the source of awareness whenever we introduce a new brand, it's pretty amazing on how it has shifted over the last 15-20 years. It is no longer television now, but you could actually be made aware of a new brand when you are in the store, or when you are actually, as I was saying, when you are purchasing something on e-commerce. And hence it's very important for us to be aware of that and then plan our brand activations in that context and in that light. And once we do that, the results can be fantastic, because then the brand is showing up in a very consistent way. It is ubiquitous. So you're no longer noticing the brand only when you're, let's say, on an outdoor or on television, but you're noticing the brand in different places. And that does give the brand a larger scale, makes it even more iconic. So if you are able to crack omni-channel in a good way, your brand can be in a position to benefit both from a ubiquity, consistency, and also insights. I think what we're also realizing is that when we activate our brands and don't just look at commerce platforms as channels to sell, but when we look at commerce platforms as an important source of not just creating awareness for the brand, but also to get some real-time insights. What are people liking? Are people liking this flavor or not? We do a lot of flavor extensions, as you know, right? Like even on dairy milk, you've got new flavors coming in every year. A lot of the insights on what people are actually liking is coming through on the real sales data that we see on some of these channels, because you get that insight in a very real-time way. And because we have our own first-party data program that we run, we are able to actually even talk to some of those people and understand, okay, what's working with them. And that then goes into our flavor program for the subsequent years. So I think we can get real-time data insights as well when we do this well. And I think if you look at this whole concept of omni-channel, over the years, for sure, people are not just advertising on TV, right? Like digital has come up in a big way. And then of late, e-commerce and in-store have also come in a big way. So when you go and shop in a Reliance or a D-Mart, you would see that they're actually point of buying material that are also helping create awareness and driving you to purchase. And even on e-commerce, and all of you are, I'm sure, are e-commerce and quick com customers as well, you would see that happen on those channels too. And we do that too. I think one of the things that we have done maybe differently over the last 2-3 years is, how do we look at these commerce platforms not just as avenues to sell our products and sell chocolates and sell biscuits, but how can we even take our brand activation that you would usually do, that you would usually won't do on a commerce platform, to these platforms. And those are the examples I wanted to share with you today. Starting with our Valentine Day campaign from last year, and let me just show you the video first because that will encapsulate the idea that we went in. This is the Valentine's Day campaign from 2024. So this is our campaign from last year, and Silk, is a chocolate brand that for us which is positioned on romance. And what the idea here was that you could actually create a personalized Valentine's Day video. All you have to go is to go to a website and put in answer some of the questions around where did you first meet him or her, what did you do, and then you could create a video out of it. So this was really the campaign idea which went on all your usual media platforms. But then we took it beyond the media platforms to commerce platforms as well. And this slide kind of tries to capture that. I mean, if you see, starting with our campaign on TV and media, TV and digital, and we also took it to OTT and music apps. There was a significant outdoor campaign as well around it. But the one that I want to talk about is that we also made it really big in store and quick commerce. And even on our direct-to-commerce platform, we have a direct-to-commerce platform that's called Cadbury Joy Deliveries, and we also activated over there. Let me share a couple of examples there on how we did it. So this was done on a few of the commerce platforms, and what it did was it allowed people to actually create that Valentine's Day video once you're on the platform, and then there is a seamless journey for you to go from there to create your video, and from there you can go and actually buy a Silk Valentine's Day pack. And we saw tremendous results. Like when we looked at ROI on our different investments across different channels, this was actually one that gave us the maximum ROI. And if you see here, it is not just putting a Valentine's Day pack, giving it at some discount, but it is more than that. It is actually taking the campaign idea of creating that personalized Valentine's Day video beyond the media channels to a commerce platform. One of the highest ROI activation that we did last year actually. And we also replicated this on our own DTC, which let me show to you. So this is our own DTC, and what happened over here is that, let's say when you create that personalized Valentine's Day video, you could actually take a screen grab of one of the portions of that Valentine's Day video, and then if you give in on this our DTC platform, you could actually print out that screen grab, convert it into a sleeve, and actually gift a personalized Silk pack as well to your Valentine. And I mean, nothing more special. I think our insight really was that, all people want to have a great Valentine's Day is, to share a personalized memory. And then chocolate, of course, right? So, and what we saw was that this particularly did very well around the 13th and the 14th of Feb, because the other insight was that there is a lot of last minute shopping of Valentine's Day gifts that happen. So all in all, as bringing this activation onto the e-commerce platform really worked well for us. And the other example that I want to share with you is again from last year, Rakhi. And let us see the video first to understand what the idea behind the campaign was. So again, our Rakhi campaign from last year, and really we do a lot of work around personalization, leveraging technology. This is another example of that. And the insight really was that when it is Rakhi, on that day, besides the celebrations pack, you want to share a personal memory from the yesteryears, and many of those are not captured. So what you could do is, using this platform, you could go and recreate that personalized memory in the form of a visual, and then you could share that picture with your brother or sister, or you could even print it out and gift it, as a sleeve. So that was really the idea. And again, as an example of how did we take it beyond the traditional media to actually the commerce platforms as well, which is what I want to bring your attention to, which is in-store and quick com. So we did two things in some of the big modern trade stores. We actually set up a kiosk where somebody could come in and give in their responses, and you would get a personalized Rakhi sleeve right over there, and somebody would actually even sleeve it out, along with the celebrations pack. And then the other thing was again on our DTC platform, which is the Cadbury Joy deliveries, where you could actually give in the inputs, and we would create that personalized sleeve and ship it to you. So a lot of people actually, did this. More than 500,000 personalized memories were created and shared, and a lot of personalized sleeves were generated as well, that were again shared as well. And again, going back to what I started with, which is our experience of having done this has been absolutely amazing. We have seen some of our best engagement when we do these activations on commerce platform, whether it is the modern trade stores or whether it is e-commerce or quick commerce. We have seen great results. We have seen great ROI. We have seen great return on investment, because you are really close to the moment when somebody could buy your product or brand. And hence, the invitation to all of you as marketeers is to not only look at these sales channels as avenues to sell and only look at things like display and search, and promotion, but to see how can we take our brand activations that we do, which usually go to only traditional media channels, to these commerce platforms as well, because we have seen really good success out of it. So thank you very much. I'll close there, and maybe we'll take a couple of questions if there are. Thank you.